Hello everyone! In today's video, we are diving into the support immortal tier list. This ranking is based on my personal experience where I tested these immortals extensively and faced them in battles. I use most of these immortals either in my own teams or in open arena settings. If you disagree with any of my rankings or feels that some of the certain immortals deserve to be in a higher or a lower tier, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to drop a comment in here or in the daily talk sections. In this section of the video, I will explain very shortly about why I put these immortals in these tiers. Let's start with B tier. Very simple. They're not in the meta. They're quite old, except Artemisia. I think she's relatively new. I haven't tested her much, so I'm gonna put her there. Meanwhile, until the next tier list video, I'll probably give you a better judgment on Artemisia. But for me, in theory, right now, I think she's definitely a better than Dido in the water support. Probably an A tier, but I'm gonna leave her at B tier because she's untested. For A tier, Cyrus, best support in my opinion. Really good in a fire team. He can support both Sandok and Empress Wu. He perform equally good with both of them. For me, if you want to have the best fire team as a second March or third March, Cyrus paired with either Empress Wu and Sandok is the best option. As for King Emperor, I think he's limited to the hybrid because his Wind March I think is not that good. His only support is for Hannibal, but if you have in a hybrid March, you can support both Hannibal and Alex. His increasing attack speed is very OP, but for me he's limited to the hybrid. If you were to place him in other teams, I don't think he's gonna perform well. Same thing with Matilda. She's very good in the support role for the Boss March and Spider March. Probably the best support for that aspect of the game, but in PvP, I don't think she performed well. She can perform decently. It's not like she's super bad or something, but she just don't perform as well as you think it might. As for the S tier, Tomirius, she performs well in the Shadow March, and that's pretty much it. She used to be able to be perform well in the Holy March as well, but I think that meta is gone. Right now, the Shadow Immortals are being slowly buffed. Sorry, I mean the team are being slowly buffed. The last patch, they improved the Shadow Dragon, and I think give it some time. I think if you are rocking with the Shadow, you might be able to do a lot of damage. Especially if you're super well, I think Shadow March as the second or third March, she will perform there really well. But as a main March, I think you have to expect that you will get outperformed by the S plus tier Immortals. The second S tier Immortal is Zenobia, really good. Also limited to the Earth and Hybrid March. However, those two marches are in the meta. Hybrid, very easy to build. Her artifact is also easy to obtain. And the current meta for me is the Earth with Himiko, Earth with Loki, and so on. She performs really well in that team with her artifact that gives attack speed. That's basically a really good support. As for the S tier, Theodora for me is basically Zenobia on steroids. She has a dispel of the negative effect and continuous damage. For me, she will always be in the meta unless something drastic happens, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. She will continue to be in the meta. You can try to get her over time. You can replace her in the Earth Himiko team with like Theodora, become like the replacement of Zenobia. Currently, I'm doing that myself, and it's been performing really good, even at the 5 star. The last one, Wu Fei, the absolutely best support in the game. By how far? Not far, in my opinion. Some people will say she's way better than Theodora, but in my opinion, if you pair them together, they are the best. The best backliner in game. I know it sounds weird, but some the meta the super whales you have Poseidon, Athena, Theodora, and Fu and you barely can go through them. If that team is defending, you're probably gonna win the defense probably 80 to 90% of the time, even if somebody is gonna rally you. So, but I understand that this team is only for super whales, but if you're like mid spenders, you're casual players, you can definitely try to get Theodora. She's performing really well. I really recommend her. For me, she's the best support in the game for the mid spender or and free to play. But if you want to upgrade from Theodora, Wu Fei is the absolute the best one. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the tier list series I made. You might disagree with some of the rankings. That's totally fair. I've just based the rankings out of my experience. And thank you for watching all the tier list videos in this series. See you guys next time in the next series in probably 3, 4, 5 patches. I don't know, but if there are any major changes in the game, I will cover that in the future. Have a nice day.